Hello and welcome back to Emily Cat 176. It's a pretty dark and dim day today here in Melbourne, and I think we're going to be having showers later on. But anyway, it's Wednesday, and on Wednesday I'm letting people know what's coming up in Melbourne in the arts. And this week I'm concentrating on what's on in the suburbs. There's quite a range. It's not everything, but it gives you a taste of what's on, and hopefully you find something to go to if you're here in Melbourne. So we start with the Mikado. That's on from the 17th of July to the 20th of July. That's at the Alexander Theatre in Monash Uni, Clayton. And if you go onto my website, I will give you all the websites where you can go and book tickets. The Peridot Theatre, they're in the Clayton Theatre, so there's a little theatre in Clayton. From the 15th of the 7th to the 24th of the 8th, they're doing Frankenstein. Now that would be an interesting one to go to, wouldn't it? So that's Clayton. So as I said, the Alexander Theatre's in Clayton and there's a Clayton Theatre. They're separate. They're not in the same place. The Alex Theatre, that's in St Kilda. So they're doing Oz the Experience. It's not until 20th of September. But as I said, on the website, my website, I'll give you their website details so you can go in and have a look at what they do. Because I said they're in St Kilda, and of course St Kilda is an inner city suburb here in Melbourne. The Shirley Burke Theatre. The Shirley Burke Theatre is part of the Kingston Arts Centre. Kingston Arts Centre is based in Moorabbin. The Shirley Burke Theatre is in Parkdale. And they have Lord Arthur Savile's Crimes from the 24th of July to the 2nd of August. Frankston Arts Centre. Now, as you know, I go and see a lot of stuff at Frankston Arts Centre. And it's interesting because I actually met it was a few years ago now. I met the people that were lobbying the council to have the Arts Centre built, and I'm so glad they did, because everything I go to there, it's full audiences. And as I've said before, having a suburban arts centre in your suburb is such a boon, because the people around the surrounding suburbs go. But anyway, so they have the Pirate Queen until the 19th of the 7th. Now I saw that last weekend, this weekend just gone, and I've reviewed it. That's on Monday. That finishes on the 19th of the 7th, and then PLOS starts with We Will Rock You from the 25th of the 7th to the 1st of August. I've spoken about PLOS before, Peninsula Light Operatic Society. I have to admit, I didn't see their show at the start of the year. I'm not seeing this show. I have to admit, that doesn't interest me, that We Will Rock You. But their standard is way up here. They're a very good company. The Brunswick Ballroom has M. Rusciano, the Ballroom Sessions, 21st to the 28th of July. And of course, Brunswick is the opposite side of the city to places like Frankston and Parkdale. Darebin Arts Centre. Now, Darebin Arts Centre, like the Frankston Arts Centre, if you actually look at their websites, it's always vic.gov.au, because these are the ones run by the government, the state government of Victoria. They're based in Preston, and Preston is in the western suburbs. They have Fear of Faith on the 25th of the 7th and Bloom Sheds Pride and Prejudice on the 30th. Now, I would suggest you go and have a look at that website, because the Fear of Faith, I actually looked at the details, and that looks like quite an interesting experience, that one. And Bloom Sheds Pride and Prejudice, I think that's going out to Bunjil Place in a few months' time. So it looks like it's a one that moves around. The Round, which of course is in Nunawading, and if you look at my videos, you know I go over to the Round. Kate Sobrano, Australian Made Tour on the 17th of July. And then on the 18th and 19th of July, Sunrise, the story of the King of Rock and Roll. Now the Wyndham Cultural Centre, they're in Werribee. Again, that's a western suburbs, but out further. The Yellow Line from the 26th to the 27th of July. And that is another vic.gov.au. We're so lucky in Melbourne that because, as I've said before, Melbourne is a big sporting city, but it's also a very big arts city. We have bought tickets to go to the Winter Masterpiece. I'll be talking about that in a couple of weeks. And as I said, I'm seeing shows for the next 5 weekends. And I said, I consider myself, I'm so lucky. I mainly stick to the suburbs. And when I look back at the end of the year of what I've seen such a variety of things. But there's also something I wanted to talk about that's at the Darebin Arts Centre, which is in, as I said, it's in Preston. Preston? Yes, it's in Preston. The Ballet Teachers Workshop 2025 Annual Scholarship Finals on the 17th of July. Now, if you are interested in ballet, this is where you're going to see the new talent. You're going to see the finalists, and because I know I was talking to someone recently, and she was saying, and I don't know if they still do this, Australian Opera used to let people come in to see the last dress rehearsal. And she and a friend used to go to those. I don't know if they still do that, because of course Australian Opera has been affected by the closure of the State Theatre for renovations, just like Australian Ballet has. So the Australian Opera is sort of singing in different places. They don't actually have a home at the moment in Melbourne. So that was just a taste. As I said, I hope, you know, as I said, if you're interested in any of that I am talking about, go to my website. The website for all these places will be there. That's where you find tickets. And it said even the Frankenstein, was it the Frankenstein one that's not on until September? You can buy tickets. Tickets are on sale now. And I think that might be a really popular one. So sometimes it's good to get in early and buy your tickets early so you know you've got a seat. So I hope you're enjoying these videos. As I said, let me do the work for you. Because I said, I have so many people come up to me and say, we didn't know that was on. How do you know these things? Where did you? And I think, because I look at it. I look at it every week because I love the arts. So anyway, that's it for this week. I'll be back on Friday. Again, talking about books. I'm getting back to poetry soon. And I'll see you on Friday. Bye.